How does it feel to have such a plethora of nominations again?
It's an incredible experience, and it's a testament to the hard work of hundreds of people on the show, but especially tonight the writers.
Of course.
The writing staff of the show. It's just continues to surprise me and amaze me.
And they're pretty much monopolizing, which is great though. You know, how do you keep that quality of your?
I think it's just a matter of we've been allowed by AMC and Lionsgate to sort of take the show where it wants to go. We don't get a lot of notes. We get a lot of encouragement, and we sort of let our imaginations run wild. And I have people with incredible imaginations.
Sure. And one last question, I'll let you go. You know, the show as it progresses through the years of the 60s and the characters continue to develop and change also. What's it like working with the writers to kind of suss out how the characters actually adapt to the changing times and their own personal changes?
Well, the great thing is we've sort of established how old these people are, and we have some evidence from our personal lives of what that stage in life is like.
Mm-hmm.
So we always get to sort of tie the reality of aging itself and growing itself to whatever's going on historically. And for me, the greatest lesson of the show to me as a writer and as a human being is how do we interact with change? How do we interact with history, and do we adapt at all?
Mm-hmm.
And that was always the intention of the show from the very beginning, was to say, like, what would it be like to be an adult and go through this, you know? I grew up hearing about what it was like, mostly from the children who were there, and they were my teachers and, you know, the people who ran the world. So it's been an intellectually exciting and creatively incredibly satisfying thing, but a lot of it gets to be about life itself.
You're nominated for 2 different writing awards for Mad Men. What does it feel like? What's it like to get sort of bounty of nominations?
I'm telling you, I'm living in a dream. That was my first season on Mad Men, and I honestly just felt so thrilled to be on the show. It was my favorite show, and I was a really big fan. And to have this on top of everything else, I can't even believe it's happening to me, to be honest.
I know that you all sit in a writer's room, and it's a collaborative process, but what was it? Were you able to actually choose the scripts that you got to fully flesh out?
No, actually, it's a great process, because what we do is in the room we all work together. We do all the outlines collaboratively together, and you don't know if it's going to be your episode until the very last minute.
Huh.
So it was the luck of the draw to get those 2 great episodes.
And what really was tantalizing for you with the 2 episodes that are nominated for Sunday? What was really exciting, or what do you really feel so? What do you enjoy most about them?
I think both of them had, I guess all of the episodes do, but both of them had these really crux moments for the characters. In Faraway Places, we have Roger dropping acid and having a huge revelation about who he is and who he loves. And Don and Megan have this giant fight, and he ends up on his knees, and those were huge moments for those characters, so that was really exciting. And of course, in The Other Woman, again, a huge moment for Joan, where she has to decide the whole direction of her life and career, and Peggy finally making this giant move. So these were characters I loved and I had watched and were very real to me, and to come on the show and be able to take them through those amazing journeys is just a real thrill.
And let me ask you one more quick question. I noticed that you have a couple of directing credits on your resume.
Oh my gosh.
Is that something you hope to get a little bit more into in the future?
It's an interesting question. I'm from Canada, and I've done a lot of different things. I've worked in television and features, and then I directed those short films, and I really love them all. And I feel like in Canada it was a lot easier. It's a lot easier to slide between roles. But yeah, I really would like to